Some meetings are accidents, some are fate. But this one was a wound reopening after 22 long years, when a quiet waitress in a small roadside diner looked at the most feared mafia boss in the city and whispered, trembling but sincere, "Sir, my mother has a tattoo just like yours." The entire room froze. His men reached for their weapons. Her voice shook, and the truth that followed would tear open the past, rewrite loyalties, shatter guilt, and reconnect a family that had been broken long before she was born. Stay with me till the end, because this story isn't about crime. It's about love, sacrifice, and the moment life gives you one last chance to make things right. The diner sat along a forgotten highway, the kind people stopped at because they needed fuel or coffee, not comfort. Rain hammered outside, blurring the world into silver shadows. Inside, Anna, 21, tied her apron for the evening shift. She was small in frame but carried the calm strength of someone who had seen too much and learned to survive quietly. Her mother, Mara, had raised her alone, no father, no relatives, just the two of them moving from place to place, always working, always hiding something. Mara had a tattoo on her left wrist, a faded mark of two interlocking wolves. When Anna was young, she would ask, "Mom, what does it mean?" Mara always answered the same way. It means love, a love that couldn't stay. Anna never understood, not fully, but she remembered the sadness behind her mother's eyes. That evening, rain poured harder, thunder rumbling as a sleek black car pulled up. Men stepped in first, tall, silent, coats heavy, expressions harder than stone. Everyone in the diner recognized them. They didn't need names. This was the Mafia. And then he entered, Dante Moretti, the new boss of the Moretti Syndicate. A legend whispered more than seen. Late 40s, sharply dressed, with eyes that seemed like they'd seen every betrayal the world could offer. He sat in a booth. Near the back, the diner went quiet as if the air itself bowed. Anna breathed steady and approached with a coffee pot. "Good evening, sir," she said softly. He nodded, barely acknowledging her. But then she froze. Her eyes caught something, the exact same mark on his wrist peeking beneath his cuff. Two interlocking wolves. Her heart raced. She spoke before fear could stop her. "Sir, my mother has a tattoo just like yours." The room stilled. His men tensed instantly, hands drifting to weapons. Dante slowly lifted his gaze to her, and for the first time really looked at her. His expression changed, not to anger but shock. A memory, an old wound flickered behind his eyes. "What is your mother's name?" he asked in a low voice. The question was heavy, dangerous. Anna swallowed. "Mara." The coffee pot nearly slipped from his hand. He whispered, barely audible, "Mara." The name hit him like a bullet. Suddenly the years came crashing back. This tattoo wasn't a symbol of loyalty to his men. It was a pact between two lovers, Dante and Mara, once inseparable, before betrayal and violence tore their world apart. He stood slowly, his voice hoarse. "Where is she now?" Anna stepped back, unsure if telling him would bring danger or safety. "She's at home. She's sick. It's been getting worse." His jaw clenched, something deep inside him breaking. He looked like a man who had just discovered he had a heartbeat again. "I need to see her," he said. Not as a boss, not as a legend, but as someone who had lost the love of his life. Anna hesitated, torn between fear and hope, but something in his eyes told her the truth. He had never stopped loving her mother, and fate had just brought him back. The past was violence. The world we lived in, it would have destroyed her. This life, your life, was full of enemies. "I had to hide her, Dante. I had to keep her safe." He nodded, understanding and devastated. But time was cruel. Mara's breathing grew shallow, and Anna rushed to her side, tears overflowing. "Mama!" Mara looked at her daughter with love deeper than words could carry. "You have his strength," she whispered, "and my heart. That is enough for any life." Her hand rested on Anna's cheek. "Live. Don't hide anymore." And with a soft exhale, her eyes closed. The room fell silent. Anna cried quietly, holding her mother. Dante bowed his head against Mara's hand, grief shaking even the strongest man the city had ever feared. Later, After they laid Mara to rest, Dante stood beside Anna, not as a mafia boss, but as a father who had just found his child. "You don't owe my world anything," he told her, "but if you allow me, I will protect you. I will be your family, for however long you'll have me." Anna looked up, tears soft but steady. "I spent my life wishing I knew where I came from," she said. "Now I know, and I don't want to run anymore." She took his hand, and for the first time in decades Dante Moretti smiled, a real, fragile human smile. The tattoo on his wrist didn't represent power. It represented love. Love that had survived distance, lies, danger, and time, and now, finally, it had found its way home. Ending message for viewers: user's outro script. Some love stories don't end, they simply wait. Sometimes the person we think we've lost forever comes back in the moment we need them the most. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Storysphere for more emotional stories that stay with you long after